In less than 48 hours, another barrier will be broken.
Kamala Harris will become the first woman of color sworn in as Vice President of the United States. And as part of this National Day of Service, Harris and her husband helped to bag produce at Martha's Table in Washington, D.C. The nonprofit supports families and children by offering access to healthy food and quality education.
When we look at where we are as a country today, when we look at recent events, we know that the fight that Dr. King was engaged in is still a fight in America, which is to recognize the connection and to recognize our collective responsibility to address these injustices.
Civil rights and Dr. King's mission have been central points in Harris's life and her career. She says her parents actually met during the civil rights movement, and they met Dr. King. When Harris ran for Senate, civil rights was at the top of her platform, and before she joined the Biden ticket, she announced she was running for president on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 2019.
Another newly elected lawmaker preached at the same historic church where Dr. King was a co-pastor. Earlier this month, Reverend Raphael Warnock became the first black man elected senator in Georgia. He's just the fifth senior pastor in the history of Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church. Dr. King became a co-pastor at the same church in 1960 and held that position until his death in 1968. His birthday is a holiday. It's a day out of school. But what else do the youngest of our generation know about Dr. King?
At Northside Christian Academy, we found some children who understand Dr. King's life and legacy quite well.
In 1983, the president declared that the third Monday in January is Martin Luther Jr. King Day.
He said a dream that white people and black people can sit together. He wrote "I Have a Dream" speech. He grew up to be a pastor. He said, when my kids grow up, I want them to not be treated by their color, but to be judged by their kindness.
People don't be judged by their skin color, but they do be judged by their character.
His motto was being peaceful. He wanted peace, no wars.
He had courage in himself, and he loved all the people, and he was faithful. It's Martin Luther King. His mouth used his words, his heart courage to stand up for all people's rights.
We had to celebrate his birthday because he was important to us.
He wanted black Americans and other people to be treated fairly so then they could all live a life together.
So moving to hear their words and to know that they're really taking it all in.
Absolutely. And they also learned that Dr. King was a great student, graduated from high school early and enrolled in college when he was just 15. So a great inspiration for those kids.
Inspiring them in so many ways.
Particularly in Central 1, we have 29 Title I schools. And of those 29 Title I schools, families and children need all arms wrapped around them and just giving them love. And that's what Miss Irie possesses.
How a remarkable Charlotte woman is giving that love and working hard to change young lives.
When people find themselves in crisis, her team is ready to jump into action.
It's always the time to do what is right. And I try to wake up every day to do exactly that.
The way she's continuing Dr. King's mission and helping people through the same struggles she once faced.